How are y'all? You're
How
muted. Okay. Hey,
Hey.
how is it going? Welcome, welcome. As always, it's your girl Raquel May David. I am your host today. David Sanchez is not available today, and apparently Tattoo Man JM left me by myself. Okay. So I'm gonna be here stalking y'all on today and answering any questions you may need to kind of get support. So, how is everyone doing? This is pro night. What's going on? Talk to me. How's everyone doing?
We we are good.
That
It's
is
been
good.
a
City
long
people are
week,
good.
but glad to be on this side of the ground.
That's right. One more day.
Okay.
One more day. How is it going? Hey, Stevie, what's going on with you, boo?
Not too much. I that little session, that question session yesterday, I had lots of notes, so thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. I'm here to help as much as possible to make sure y'all are beast in these credit streets, as my tagline says. Look, as my tagline says. Don't forget to send over the email. So I want to make sure okay, because I sent that out to you. Hey, Mr. Smith. Hey, Mrs. Smith. How y'all doing?
You're
So
muted.
Okay.
there
Can
you
you
go. I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
I'm gonna have to restart my computer because you all sound like robots. So I don't know what's going on with that. So I'll be right
That's fine. We'll be here and it's recorded. Take your time.
back. All right, all right.
No worries. So for those of you that are new, I know that Miss Smith is kind of new. The way that the pro call works is that we're really on here. I'm answering any pro questions that you may have with the software. If you guys have client questions or software questions that have to do with the clients, I'm here to support. But this is more of an open forum for you guys to ask your questions, troubleshoot if you are like, hey, I don't know what's going on with this website. So I can walk you guys through. While I'm saying that, let me pull up my dispute panda in real time. All right, there we go. So Miss Jackson, you quiet over there. How are you, my love?
I'm good. Just I was doing something in the background. I'm sorry.
No, you are fine. When you're in the room, I need to make sure that we're good.
We are always good. I worship you.
Aw.
You changing my life.
Chat, that's what we're here for now. That's what we're here for. We're here
I
to
know
do
I'm difficult, but I don't mean to be. I'm an Aries.
So I don't think that anyone is difficult. Thank you for that. But I don't think anyone is difficult. I think that we're all in different stages and kind of like when you're starting anything and it's not something that you're well versed in, there's a handicap to it, right? Like there's a learning curve. And some people want to get over that learning curve in 5 minutes, aka Miss Jackson. And then, then other people, are willing to sip it like it's fine wine. And that's okay. No matter where you are, my job is to help coach you through it and to be able to manage and mitigate where you are and get you to where you want to be. So it's completely fine. And actually, Miss Jackson, you inspired me to rebuild out my course. So
I did?
yeah, like having the conversation because I had to think about different learning styles and how I was going to be able to support all of the learning styles that I'm meeting up with. So because of that, I am doing a couple videos this week. So I'm taping content to put up in my mentorship program so that when the mentorship program is out there and live, have dedicated days to meet with me. So we're going to have the whole implementation of it. So it's not just you guys coming in and asking questions, but like if there are areas that work, we're going to stop, do those things, make sure that what you're learning, you're applying so that you can be more successful. I think a lot of times we get and the implementation part is out. So you're kind of left to figure out, well, what do you do? And the reality is with credit repair, you get to choose how you do business. Right. And the goal that I would like to have is I know ultimately we would like to get to a place where we're doing the part of the business that we love. We've learned enough. We've gotten what we need to get, and now we're just going and coaching and educating and getting more leads in. So I'm working on getting a VA staff together so that when you guys are ready to go to that segment, you have a reputable VA company that would be able to help from everything from your disputes to your social media platform. So you actually made me sit down with my husband, with my mentor, and write out what my mentorship program would look like, because I know that I am catering to the new business owners. So I want to make sure the package that I'm giving is, if y'all are paying for it, it's paying. Listen, my motto is pay what you weigh. Okay. So I want to over deliver. So yeah, you let me go back to the drawing table, and I could not record this week because, again, my son done beat me up, y'all. So for those of y'all that are coming in, hey, Miss Brooks, my son took me out. So my lip was swollen. I was sick last week, but I went down, I wrote out my script. So actually tomorrow I'm filming all day. I think I have 4 appointments on deck, and then in between those appointments, I'm just filming. And it had a lot to do with our conversation and just you kind of me listening to where you are. So don't feel that firecracker. I love it. I love the fact that you're a sponge. Now I want to make sure that you're able to apply everything in real time and then be able to figure out when do you put new pieces in place.
Nice.
So I love that. I love that. So Ms. Brooks, do you have any questions about the Dispute Panda software? Let me go ahead and pull it up on the screen, because if y'all are here today to discuss the
Not
software.
today. I thought I would just pop in and see what you guys were discussing today.
Oh,
I'm
awesome.
trying to soak in everything the first week.
I love that. I love that. Well, thank you for pulling up to the club. Okay. We appreciate it, Club Pro. Okay. We
Yeah.
appreciate it. Nothing too major. I'm trying to wait. I know that, so I like to give y'all sneak peeks of when I know things are coming. I know that they're dropping some new content for me within the next week or two. So you guys will be able to see whatever changes they have like in real time. So I'm waiting for my videos to come in so that on this pro call I can sneak it to y'all first and then give it to the because I normally get the drops on Wednesday night. So I wouldn't be able to give it to the Wednesday class. You guys would be the first people to get any new tea that's coming out. So I'm thinking if it's not next week, Wednesday, it'll be the week after some new content and some new information is going to be able to go live. So that I'm excited about. What it is, I don't know, because they won't tell me. Why? Because I got a big mouth. I got a big mouth. I do. I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna be like, let me tell y'all what they dropping today. But any questions? I know Mr. Smith said him and his wife took their time, honey, and dissected the platform. Were you guys able to get your merchant service together, or how is that going over there?
We're gonna get that set up. I mean, that's pretty simple process. We haven't done it yet, but we need to, because we got, actually, before we're ready to officially launch, we got people reaching out to us, wanting to do credit repair. So we can't officially get paid without having our merchant services set up. It's set up. I have a couple of accounts set up that I can use. But
okay, cool.
Go ahead.
I love that. Okay, that's awesome. So do you guys have any questions on the dashboard? This class is strictly for you guys. So if you have any questions, concerns, if you're stuck anywhere, like, this class allows us to.
I have a question, and it's just really about, because we're trying to figure out what we're going to charge. And I know that you said you had different tiers set up, something to that effect. Is there a way that you can share that with us so we can take a look at your model and see how, what you charge in what instances, and that way that'll give us kind of like a guideline as far as us formulating ours, or we may just adopt what you have, but we're not 100% clear right on that point.
Gotcha. So this is my website. I lay everything on the table. So my clients already know what they're getting, what's covered. To be quite honest, everyone gets unlimited disputing, but I had to segment it off. What was I gonna say? However, my recommendation is do market research where you are, because remember, I'm catering. So just to be transparent, I'm catering to a Texas market, military vets or military active duty people that are stationed here in Killeen, brown and Black women. That's
Okay.
my core audience. I might
Okay.
have pockets, but I'm aware of like who my client avatar is. So I do look at other people's I look at other people who are doing credit repair in my city. However, I do not get stuck with the comparison, because when I go on the site, I can tell if they're catering to my audience or not. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But pricing, I try to see where my pricing structure lies. So in my mind, the biggest company that is my competition, who's not, let me be clear, because I'm not competing with Lexington Law. But in theory, everyone knows Lexington Law, right? Everyone is going to compare to Lexington Law. Even when I started, I used to work at Progressive, and when I worked there, as an adjuster, I would tell people like, I fix credit. They'd be like, oh, I'm with Lexington and they only do 5 and they do 10. And I'm like, girl, you need to pull up on me because I disputes. Okay. I have no problem. 5, 10, 15. We gonna send these letters out. But you're competing with what the goal is. So I've learned to transition from not just looking at the pages for who they're like reading the pages to see who are their target audience, number one. And does that price zone fit my client avatar? If their price zone doesn't, then I'm not competing. Like there's a gentleman, love him. He was actually one of my mentors when I got in the Metro 2 realm. His name is Dustin, and Dustin Ball, and his pricing is like $130 a month, and he includes credit monitoring. And for a little while, I tried that pricing, but the credit monitoring was eating me up. The cost of stamps were eating me up. And I still had to look at my baseline as to what does it cost for me to do business. So right now, with my software, my telephone number, like I calculated all of the things that I'm paying out, and then I divided it by 10. Because ideally, you're going to have like a minimum of 10 clients, right? So if we divide it by 10, how much do I need to pay my bills? And then how much do I want to pay myself?
Okay.
Does that make sense? So I can drop my link in the chat because I have no problem with you guys looking at it. It's about to be revamped anyway, y'all. So don't judge my life. All right. Just know I love y'all for real. Okay. So I do have different packages that are available for couple and individuals. And then the update that's going to be to the site is going to be the a la carte items. So it will actually start listing what the price point are for settlement calls. If I'm supplying you with funding, like all of that information will be uploaded on the site in a few days. But right now, this is kind of what it looks like. So they can pick our starter plan. They could pick our one-time fee plan. They can pick our premium monthly plan. And then I have a couple plan as well. And when you click it, it shows you all of the good jujus that you can get. Great question. So let me ask, have you guys started looking around to your local credit repair companies to see what their pricing points are and if their clientele looks like it's in alignment with yours?
Yeah, Carla can speak on that. She reached out to a few, and she can tell you more about how that experience.
Let's go, Miss Carla. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so I called 3. They were all different. One was actually on my notes. One lady, and it was so weird because when I called, okay, so the first lady I called, she answered the phone, hello, and I was like, is this a credit repair? And she was like, yes. I'm like, okay. So I gave different scenarios for each one of them. But with hers, she charged $30 per negative item per bureau.
Okay.
And her credit monitoring was $21, I believe. And then another guy, his was, I want to say his was $179, and that included the monitoring. And the other guy was $99, and his credit monitoring was, I believe, $27. So they were all really different.
So let's say, hold on, let's use let's
Oh,
use
here it is.
$30. So she said $30 per deleted item per bureau.
Per bureau, $21 credit monitoring.
So if she can get one item off of all 3 credit bureaus, that's $90.
$90.
So just for a tidbit, what I've seen when they have those models that have the pricing where it's per item that's deleted, you still have a monthly rate. So they're calculating what they got deleted, and you still have like $100 a month, or you get what I'm saying? So what will end up happening is, at least from what I've seen with those pay per delete models, the contract will read, your monthly payment is $100. We will be totaling what the pay per delete item is, and then you will have a running balance month to month as to what they were able to get deleted off the prior month.
And then they're charging you an additional $30 per item that they were having removed. Is that what you're saying?
No. So normally what will happen is, let's say my enrollment, so let me ask, did that company have an enrollment fee, or was there no enrollment fee?
There was no enrollment fee.
Okay.
None
So
of
what
them
would
had an
end up
enrollment fee.
happening is, let's say you come into the platform, you get the $21 credit monitoring, right? They run your report. They send out the letters, and then the first month they get 7 items deleted. All 7, let's just using good numbers. Let's say all 7 were deleted from all 7 credit bureaus. I mean, sorry, from all 3 credit bureaus. So 7 times 3 is 21, times that by 30. So your invoice will say you owe $630, but you would have a standard monthly amount that you can pay. That's normally how I've seen it when they do that pay per delete model. So what would end up happening is, in essence, you will have a running total that goes on. Unless their contract specifically state you have to pay the full amount that is invoiced to you at the end of every month. But what I've seen is models like that, they normally have like a set price, like it's $200 a month. So you will constantly have an invoice, and that invoice will basically run until you've completed the program. So did they tell you how long that particular program was supposed to last?
She just said there was 3 to 12 months is what the program usually runs.
Okay. Okay, cool. Did you happen to like the $30 model, or did you prefer the monthly model? And were those company in alignment with your target audience?
We haven't really discussed, because we wanted to kind of see what your model looked like as well. Since, we know you the guru right now, you know what I'm saying? So we kind of wanted to see, what your model looked like as well. And I couldn't really tell by looking at the website, like if we would have the same target of people. One of them had a really nice, this girl, and plus, so her company name is VR Credit Repair Tax Service.
Okay.
So, and like I said, the website wasn't very
And that's the one that said
catchy.
hello?
Yes,
Was that-
exactly.
oh,
Exactly.
okay. It's tax season. Y'all
So,
done got on her nerves. I'm just defending the young lady. She said it's tax season. Y'all mad at her because the tax company ain't listening, and y'all calling her number entirely too much. I'm just saying that's what she said. She told me that in the back of the church.
but you know what? The thing that we took away from that though, because that happened with her, and then the first one I called, very nice website. And when you call, it asks, if you're calling for credit repair, if you're a new customer calling for credit repair, press 1. If you're an existing caller, press 2. So I did that, and he answered the phone, hello, 2. And so we was like, okay, well, we know we're going to have the customer service on point. So that's going to be one step that we know that we have above all of these other companies, or at least the 3 that we reached out to. But it was
Right?
just so weird that the customer service was like,
Oh, trash. She was like, it was trash.
yeah.
It was trash. It was Jerry Springer. It was horrible. I get it.
I was like, wow.
I've called someone, they're like, what? What do you want? I'm like,
Let me tell you
Like, oh,
something.
you don't want my service to answer the phone like that. Next. That speaks volumes though. Like,
It
you're trying
does.
to
But
get
I feel
my
like, did they recover? Because okay, so y'all, a lot of people don't tell the truth. I will tell y'all the truth while I'm on here with y'all and like y'all in my kitchen, okay? When you call my phone, my personal phone or my business phone, the answer is normally, hey, this is Raquel, how may I help? Like, that's normally how I answer my phone, right? But I remember one day my son was calling and he kept calling back to back, the 19-year-old. And he was calling from like his phone. And then I got mad at him because he told me a joke that wasn't a joke to me. It wasn't a joke. Okay. And I was like, I'm not talking to you. So he started calling me from his friend's number. And some of them I had stored in my phone. So I was like, I'm not answering. So this call came in and it was from a 254 number in Texas. And I was like, what's up? Like, what do you want? And it was like a bit, I was like, I'm so sorry. I thought it was my son playing on the phone. Please forgive me. My name is Raquel. How may I say? Like, the recover, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
there was no
Mm-mm.
recovery. Okay.
No recovery. The guy he started speaking more professionally and went into his spiel. But that girl, she just kept her same tone, same energy. I'm just like, okay.
He said, well, all right.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Oh, well, I'm sorry that's what, you had to experience. But I like doing so, like, one of the things that I had, first of all, I never had a VA before. So I finally got one. And the first thing they did was market research. And I'm seeing the vision that I told them how I wanted my brand to come across and like the rebranding that I'm doing. And then I saw what they then looked to see. One of the girls that were my inspiration was Luxurious Credit. Like, she was one of the people that I liked her aesthetics. And someone that I worked with in the past actually worked with her before. So it was like, okay, so I know the way she thinks, you know what I mean? Like, I was able to kind of see certain things. And in doing that, I realized that, to me, the luxury doesn't have to be that you're in the mansion and you're in these things. And I think that that's what I'm trying to speak to is success has to be on your terms and in your realm, but you have to know what success looks like. So when I'm having conversations with my clients, I'm asking them, what does success look like for you? Like, during the call, what was your pain stake? What was the reason that you decided I'm going to sign up for credit repair? And it can't just be your homeboy told you about me or your homegirl told you about me. Like, what is your why? Because that's what's going to help me keep you consistent when 2 months in, your numbers aren't looking the way that you're looking, but your behaviors haven't shifted. Because now we're having a conversation about, I can write all the letters under the sun. If your behaviors are not matching, we're still going to stay in the same space, right? And having that what is your end goal? And I used to hear it all the time, like, start with the end in mind. And I used to be like, child, everybody says that, like, I'm so over it. But now I feel like if I know your whys, if I know what your goals are, literally my emails, like, I'll send a personal email and put the reminder of your why in there. Like, when I do my Loom videos, I'm putting that reminder in there. So
Nice.
that way, yeah.
That's clever.
Yeah. Because that way, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, what it got to do with me? I just wrote the letters now. let me tell you something. I wrote the letters and it's in your file. You can go look at it. All 54. All 54 letters are in there, right? So you're able to kind of maneuver. I was going to show you mine, but there's no way to black out the clients. And because it's on there, I wanted to show you guys the updates that I did earlier. But what I might do is, if I do a workroom next week, I'll show you guys there, because I only record the workroom for my coaching program. And that way, before it goes live, I can gray out all the clients' names and stuff there. But I do love the report tab. I always talk about it all the time. One of the things that I did do this week, like I did today actually, was I posted a comment on like, where are all the places you can find repo. And every week I'm just going to post content, just seeing if people know where repos, where bankruptcies, what agencies hold your check systems, right? So now I'm trying to get more movement and engagement on my platform. That's not just with you hearting my pictures or liking my reels. We're actually having like true conversation, and it's educating you. And then I'm creating a live that's going to cover that information. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's something I'm curating. What you got planned up your sleeve, Stevie?
I'm becoming more, after dealing with some of these people, kind of a bitch, I guess. Can I say that? I mean, because
Sure can.
I'm just like, I'm just gonna do Zelle, you know, just pay it, because a lot of people are like, well, I'm gonna charge it back if you don't get the results by next month and things like that. So it's just, so it's just, I've had that happen before. So I'm just really.
Are you serious?
Yes, I don't think I want a merchant service. I'd just be that person that gets the cash up front. I know you have to do the work up front, but there's a process, but.
Listen, I'm not judging you. You already know what you're supposed to do, but let me ask this question. So when they're coming in and they're saying that they want the results, what was the initial conversation when they signed up? Was there a clear understanding that the program is 6 to 12 months, based on your state? Was there a conversation?
No, in the beginning, these are some older long-term clients. I didn't set up the expectation correctly.
Gotcha. So there's always room to recover, but tell them don't play with your coins now. Okay, that's what we're not gonna do. Is play with your coins. But I would say set up one of the things I do with disgruntled clients, first of all, I know it sounds really weird, but I took a lot of my corporate experience and brought it over to my credit repair business. So if a client expresses their wanting to exit, like, I don't care what month we're in. If you're telling me that you're wanting to exit, the first thing I do is book a call with you for us to go over your report. And we look at where you started from, where you are today, and then we go over what the activities were that they were responsible for in those 5 sections of the FICO score calculation. Because again, my letters ain't gonna do nothing if your balance is outrageous, you're still paying late, you're adding new collections, and my contract states that. So my contract, guys, literally states that if there are new collections that show up on my report, you're in violation of my contract. I have the right to cancel you.
This is why I've gotta like take your training, because I'm so obsessed on getting the deletions.
Yeah.
And then, like you were saying yesterday, what about adding the positive? What about lowering the balances? What about and of course that's obvious. I just didn't think of that. I was just like so obsessed with why won't Experian update the address and say that's not the important thing, is it?
And it also depends on how aggressive you're doing it. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I have one client that they get stall letters all the time, but I've gotten 4 deletions. I've gotten 4 deletions for them, but do they get the stall letters? Absolutely. But is the work being done? Absolutely. Because once they get the stall letter, I send out the POA again and say, you've already had this. And I date when I sent the original POA. So now you're in violation and I could go to CFPB and file a complaint. Is that what you want to do? You know what I mean? Like, I think that it has to be a balancing act. And to your point, if you haven't set the expectations in the beginning, now you have to go and set them up where you are. So if a client has already said, well, if you don't get me deletions in 30 days or by next month, I'm leaving, set up a call and show the work that you've already done. Again, number one, if they started with you and are only a month in or even 2 months in, like what exactly do you expect to have happen if you've been sitting here and it took you 10 years, 5 years, 3, you know what I'm saying? You didn't get into bad credit in 2 months. You got into bad credit because you had bad behavior and you weren't aware of the things that you needed to do that was going to make the good behavior, such as, I want you to swipe your card, but how are you paying it back? I want you to utilize the cards you have. How are you managing your payment date? Like, I want you to have all those things, but you didn't have the sauce, and now I'm giving it to you. If you want to leave, fine, but let's have a conversation. And I love an exit interview. I had a client who wanted to quit me, and y'all, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I booked a call with that client. She asked for a refund, a full refund, after being with me for 6 months. She asked for a full refund, and I did not give her a full refund because she came in on a special, okay? But I did give her some of her money back. But before I gave her the money back, I had a requirement that she had to meet with me in Zoom. I said, no problem. I have no problem. She said to me, oh, my dad does credit. My dad says you haven't been doing anything. Cool. No problem. I met with her in the room and I went month by month by month by month. When she started with me, she had 27 different inquiries by itself. And again, it's the expectation. So to your point, is the deletions. She was looking for specific accounts to be deleted. I want the Navy Federal that I owe. I want the Santander that I owe. I want those things to be deleted. I can't tell you that those things are going to be deleted. I can tell you that I will work aggressively to get those things off. But if you have 37 negative items and I got you down to 15, and I was able to get over $100,000 of debt removed from your credit profile, no, I'm not paying you back all your money. Because I paid these stamps, I paid these envelopes, I got paid for this paper. You're not getting your money back. But I was able to show her month after month after month. And not only that, my system tracks if you read your emails. My system tracks if you open your text messages. So if you're not opening your text messages, you're not opening your emails, you've been with me for 6, that particular client was with me for 6 months, did not do anything until she went back on her credit report and saw that Navy Federal was still there on one. Want to clarify, when she started with me, it was on all 3. Navy Federal was still showing on one credit bureau. So she wanted all of her money back. So I went in and showed her all of the deletions that I got from the inquiries. And then she added an additional 13 after I told her she wasn't supposed to apply for anything.
Wow, yeah,
so what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Now, because
Yeah,
I
that
believe
happens
in
here in
good
LA.
customer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but because I
you
believe
gave
in
her
good
some of her
customer
money
service.
back.
Oh yeah, she wanted the whole $700 back. So because of that, I said, you know what, that's fine. I gave her back $100. I said, I'll give you back $100, but I sat and I did the full exit interview with all of the information on there, so that way when we had a conversation, she was able to see in real time the body of work that I did. I was able to say, hey, I see these emails that I sent to you that you haven't opened that specifically talked about settlements. Y'all, in my program, just like I have workshops for you guys, I have workshops for my clients. So you get invited to a free monthly workshop that covers budgeting. It covers, if I have clients in my Rolodex, well, whether I have clients or not, I have a business class at least once a quarter that talks about setting up and what banks are good for you to apply for what industry. She never came to not one. Add an additional 13 files of inquiries on there and wanted to fire me because Navy Federal was showing on one credit report. You're not going to make everyone happy, right? But if I'm able to hold you to a standard that, hey, this is what I did. This is the track record. Here's the information that was sent. Here's the confirmation of the files that went out. Now you can't pull up on me and act crazy. So I would say for anyone that's giving, to me, that's a red flag. That's they're about to exit. Create a exit meeting or an exit appointment calendar on your calendar link, so that you can send it to your client and they can book a call and block off that time to go credit report by credit report while they've been in the program. That's what I would recommend.
That's good. I have a lot.
I wouldn't have gave her shit. Excuse my language.
Mr. Smith, how can I help you?
Hey, she said it for me. I'm like, if you did all that and she's steady messing up, you know, adding more inquiries and doing all that, you know, it's like, hey, you're going against your own grain. So you better than me. We would have had that meeting and I would explain to her why I wasn't gonna give anything back. And you know, you covered, you got a paper trail. So I mean,
Right.
but I mean, I understand, you know, just kind of trying to end things on a good note, I guess. But some,
Well,
you know,
not only that, I have to also think about the fact that number one, my brand, because that, so let me be
Right.
clear. When someone is mad, the first thing that I think about is my brand. What is
Your
this person
review.
saying about my business? And
Mhm.
this person came in with like a family cluster, right?
yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, dang. But the reality is that family cluster, and this is where knowing your ideal audience matters.
Mhm.
Because that family cluster, they would go out, like what the husband, every time I got him to 720, he would go out and buy a new car. Every time I would get, like, I would ask her, the wife made a lot of money because of the nature of the business that she was in. But
Mhm.
I would have conversations like, hey, did you open that secured card that we talked about? No. But I look on Facebook, you done got a new Birkin bag. You done got, you get what I'm saying? Your priorities are not really about your credit,
Yeah.
because instead of, like, you done got your teeth fixed, you done got a BBL, so the
Wow.
reality is, no matter how much work I do, and this is what I try to tell people, even if you get on trade lines with your family or whatever the case may be, if your priorities are not the longevity of your credit score and building it,
Mhm.
I could send all the letters out in the world,
Mhm.
but I'm also like, bro, I watch you on social media. You was just in the Bahamas, bro. But you still didn't open that savings account that we talked about. You talk about what, you know what I'm saying? You still haven't opened the secured line. How about this? I have soft credit pull accounts that I go over. Like if when we on our coaching call with a client and I see that they need trade lines, right? But I don't want them to get additional inquiries because they might have 10 or 12. I give them some soft pull options for them, right? And that have a decent limit that reports to all three credit bureaus.
Mhm.
2 months in, 3 months in, 4 months in, you still haven't set up those accounts. What are we talking about?
Mhm.
I can't manage your expectations if your expectations is that you get to do absolutely nothing, because you doing absolutely nothing is why you're in the space that you're in now.
Yeah.
You know. But what were you going to say, Mr. Smith? You had your hands up. What was your
I
question?
did. So how do you deal with people who have like high credit card debt or, you know, just high debt period, like particularly, let's just say credit card debt, and they don't have the means to pay it down? Do you just tell them like, hey, there's not really much I can do for you besides, you know, trying to get those accounts deleted until you are able to pay those down? Like, how do you deal with people? What's your approach with people who have high debt
That's a
but
good
don't have the means
question.
to pay it
That's
down?
good.
Like credit, let's just say credit card debt.
So my question that I would have is are the accounts open or closed?
Well, let's say they're open.
Okay.
Yeah.
So number one, I am a person that believes that God pays you for your talents. Okay. So if you come to me and you tell me that you don't have the liquid capital to pay off these credit card debts, then we're having a budget conversation.
Mhm.
I need to know, what are you then paying into that you can stop paying into and start putting on the cards. So
Mhm.
for instance, I had a client who they spent roughly $150 a week at Starbucks.
Mhm.
It's not that you don't have a liquid problem, you have a poor management problem.
Yeah.
So if your goal is a house and we know your debt to income ratio needs to move down, then we're going to have a conversation of where you're spending your money. What items do you have open that you do not need? And
Mhm.
I'm going to tell you guys, that is a very tough conversation to have in
Mhm.
real time.
Mhm.
But I use myself in it. Y'all, I got Amazon Prime. Okay, so I'm going to be honest. I am not balling out of control. Okay. So I tell my clients the truth about who I am as a business owner. I'm a mom who I used to be a single mom for a while. I'm so thankful for my husband. However, during that time period, I did everything and I got used to doing everything by myself. So when my husband and I got married, originally, like, I want to say we've been married for 3 years now. when we got married, I still didn't ask him for help. And I'm going to give you guys a really clear example. My oldest son went off to college. My oldest son started college at 17. For the first year, whatever my oldest son needed, I paid for it out of my expenses, out of my pocket. If my son needed something additional, I would run a sale, run a special to get it to him, right? And one day I wasn't able, like a situation happened where my son got into a car accident and I was not able to go to work because I took off of work for that week and I stayed home with my son. So now my son's not working, I'm not working. And yes, I had my PTO, but it wasn't quite enough for what our bills were, right? And my husband ever so nicely sat down and was like, hey, I've been sitting over here waiting for you to tag me in, and you won't tag me in. And because of who you are, if I jump in, you're going to be like, I'm trying to take over, right? And I'm not trying to take over, but you're not in this by yourself. That made me have a different conversation, one, when I'm having a dialogue with a married couple. So with married couples, I now try to have the conversation together so we can talk about family goals, right? As a unit. If I'm talking to a single person, my conversation is, what are your non-negotiables that you're not willing to let go of? For instance, if you have Audible, because you have, for your peace, your self-care, you have to listen to an Audible book every night or whatever the case may be, or on your way to work. That is something that you're not willing to let go. Write down all of the outside of expenses that have nothing to do with your rent, your light, and you eating, like all of your necessities. When we have a conversation on this date, I need you to bring all of this. I have a budgeting tool that I give my clients. Bring it with you. I need to know, and I go as far as bring your bank statements so that we can see what your bank statement is saying. Because you can tell me all you paying, but your bank statement is going to tell me if you're overdrawn. Your bank statement is going to tell me if you're using too much. So now we're going to have the conversation of, do you need Netflix and Hulu, or can you have one?
No.
You need both.
Yeah,
Now,
I
I
want
need
to
both.
know.
I need both. I do need both because
Okay.
my TV show is on both. Okay, so I need to, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I run my TV show, so my appearances that my TV show is in curation, but my appearances that I am on other people's network, I do like the what do you call it? You know, you go to the doctor's office and they're running stuff in the back and you might see their commercial in the back. Yeah, Raquel runs her TV show appearances. All the TV shows that I'm on, I've been on Hulu, I'm on Amazon TV, I'm on it. So I need those because I need to run that so that my watch hours goes up, right? But if I wasn't in this industry and that wasn't something that I needed, and my goal was to close on a house because I want the quote unquote American dream of home ownership, then what am I going to sacrifice to get that dream? If I'm looking at the fact that you spend $300 a month doing takeout on top of the fact that you spend $300 a month on buying food, that half of it gets thrown out, we're having different conversations. You follow what I'm saying? So now I'm getting to the nitty gritty of, this is what you want. What are you willing to let go of to get, because you can't hold on to both.
You know what? I thought a lot about letting go of Hulu. I don't know who has Hulu on here, but every year they raise their prices. So right now I pay $140 for Hulu, and I had a conversation. Yeah, I had
We all what?
No, you're right. And but they do include ESPN
I had
and
to unmute.
and Disney now for the same price.
Right. So
That's not so bad.
I'll show you. I just paid my Hulu yesterday.
I'm finna ask my husband right now because I know we ain't paying no
Ain't no way.
Look, I'm pulling up mine
no
now.
way.
We pay $12.47.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And we
Hold
got
on.
Oh, that's because y'all got the live TV. Is that what you have, Miss Jackson? You have the live TV?
Yeah, I have live TV
oh,
and
okay.
Legacy, because they have different versions of live TV. They have live TV with ads, live TV without ads, live TV Legacy, meaning you had been with them prior to them adding new plans. I have ESPN, I have Disney Plus, I
You ain't
have
watching all
HBO Max,
That's a good deal.
Stars, and Showtime. I
Okay, what's
have
that?
multiple screens. That's like $9.99, and I have the tennis channel.
So
And all of
again,
that.
this is the example of paying what you weigh. Y'all ready for that? She's paying what we don't pay that over here. I watch all the commercials because
I'm
my
curious.
commercial might come on. Let's
Yeah.
be clear. I want to see my.
I'm curious. I want to know because it's ridiculous for me, but
Yeah,
I
no.
can't let it go.
You know what you could do is if you have a student in your family or your life, use their like EDU and you get a much better rate. I heard. I don't know if that's true. I heard
Hold
that.
on. Let me. Yeah,
Oh, I
it's
didn't think
ridiculous
about that.
because
I need to ask. Oh no, my son did graduated from college. I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you get an education, they have an education, you have to go through the website to do it. You don't do it for Apple or Android. Yeah.
Got it. No, so when you're having the conversation with the client, to your question, Mr. Smith, pause. So Miss Brooks said in the chat, why did she ask her dad to fix her credit? That was my question. But anyway, I digress because the dad fixed all the things I was doing wrong, y'all. And I was like, really? Well, you can have the file. You can have the file. But when we're talking about what the client wants, we have to also have the conversation of where are they overspending? Where are they spending their mind, their money? Just like we're wanting to build a business and we're willing to build a brand. For me to do that, there are times that I cannot. Like my homegirl, I love her to life. Her birthday's coming up. I want to go with her to Punta Cana. Why? Because my husband went to Punta Cana. I want to go to Punta Cana. However, I have a TV media tour that's coming up where I'm going to be hosting a podcast where you guys are going to come to Colleen and be able to be in the room with a network owner, TV executives, right? Other podcasters, other influencers. You are going to get to learn how to book different. We have multiple speakers that are coming. It's a 2-day event. You're doing a live podcast that's going to be recorded. And you also get to leave with like a host of things. So as much as I want to go to Punta Cana, on May 30th and May 31st, I have to be available for this event. So that means I have to have the right planner because myself and 2 other business owners are doing it together. I have to make sure that my portion of my brand that's going to be there is aesthetically sound. Everything's in tow. So I can't go there because my capital and my time and my mindset has to be focused on that event that's going to be major exposure for other business entities, right? I'm catering to the small business owner that doesn't have exposure. So you're coming there and you're getting on a podcast. You're having the ability to get on a TV show or book a advertisement for your business that'll show in your demographic. And I'm doing that at a, at a reasonable price. And we're upselling and we're having a headshots event for new business owners. So when I'm looking at what my end goal is, I can't say I'm going to pay $100 and something for Hulu if I need the capital to go towards my marketing or go towards my ads or go towards the t-shirts that I'm going to be buying for my swag bag, or you know what I mean? Like you have to have that conversation. So you have to ask how, and I don't want you to be in pain, but I want you to understand that it is going to take some type of you sowing in order for you to get what you want on the back end.
Yeah. It's like you talked about earlier in the call, just creating that expectation, and let them know it's not going to be a quick fix. There's no buttons, that can be pressed here to kind of fix this. It's going to take some work. It's going to take some focus, some dedication. Sometimes you're going to want to quit and prepare yourself for those times, ahead of time, because it's going to come, but just, stay diligent, reap the reward. And I think, people should have a bigger, like you said, the end goal in mind. Even beyond credit, like even if somebody wants to have a business or whatever, like your personal credit has to be intact in order for you to to get any type of business credit. So just like you said, just keeping that bigger goal in mind, because a lot of people, they just want to see that. Some people just want to see that number go up. And like you said, the one guy, he was like, every time you got him to a 720, 750,
723. That was the magic number.
And he went out and got another car. It's like, come on, man.
I asked him how many foot he had. I called his wife and I was like, did he just run? She was like, well, he's about to buy a truck. I said, who gonna drive it? Who gonna drive it? She was like, well, we wanted to trade in the Bentley for the.
The who?
You said you wanted a house. You said you wanted a house. You gonna live in that Bentley. Hey, David, my friend David came, my co-host came. Thank you, David. Welcome, baby. Welcome.
For
But
your
yeah,
clients that are looking for a house, check this out. I don't know if you guys know, but there's a new FHA program that's 100% finance, and the requirements and guidelines for approval have been lessened.
okay.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how long it's going to be out, but or how long. I guess it
I
depends
see the
on the
picture. Did you
fund.
drop the link?
I just showed you. I mean, I think I just showed it in there. Did I
Hold
do
on.
it right?
Hold on, I'm trying to see, I'm trying to make it bigger.
Me
Hold
too. I
on.
can't see that well, even with my glasses on. So
Okay. You guys got this. I don't, let me see. I'm trying to see if there's a website.
there is. You gotta make it bigger.
So it says standard FHA, 100% CTLV financing in 48 states. No first-time home buyer required, no income limitation, 2-1 buy down. I don't see a link. I see your
Oh.
email though.
No link. I can send you a link. It's for direct mortgage loans.
Okay, so glad you
Michelle
said that. The
Jacinto.
direct mortgage loans is who it's through. Got it. Got it. Got it.
Michelle Jacinto. She runs that branch in Dyer, Indiana, and if she can't get it done, even prior to this program that they're offering, if in the area, she's a big deal. Like if she can't get your loan done, you know,
It can't be done.
well, it can't be done, but she'll tell you what you need to do to get it done. If you don't do it, that's on you.
Got it. Love that. I love the plugs. Come on, somebody. I love the plugs.
And it's the co-branding with me because I'm the realtor and I usually send my clients there.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
I see a download button. Oh, snap.
But I just needed to share that because I don't think it's being shared enough and people know about it, right? They don't advertise it that much, things like this. Like
No problem.
they don't, it's 100% like that's not a thing. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
FHA loans is minimum 3.5% down, right?
I love that. Hold on. Let
So
me
which
put
means
this on my phone.
they would loan you or fund 97 what 96.5 or something to make it 100%.
Are those
Yeah.
100%.
jumbo loans or
So
no?
this is 100% program.
What'd you say, Stevie?
Are those jumbo loans or like, is there like a maximum you can borrow or?
No, this is a FHA loan.
Oh, okay.
So, but with FHA, you can buy 1 to 4 units.
Oh,
So you can have your nice little quad, stay in one area,
Mhm.
and rent out the rest.
Well, you would have to for X amount of
Yes,
time.
I think it's
maybe a
like
year.
5 years.
No, it's some of these programs
like
are
a-
lax. It just depends. It could be 1 to 5 years. But I
Really?
think with this I think with this program it might be 1.
Oh wow.
Okay. All right. Well, I just posted it on my social media, so sorry.
Yeah, people just don't know because you know how difficult it is to get a loan and go through underwriting and all of that. And not saying it won't be a challenge, but what I'm saying is I guess the president is making it easy for people to get into homes because it's expensive.
Gotcha.
know? Like with the not just principal and interest, but with the taxes and insurance, people's mortgages are, I don't know, I say average very close to 2 grand, at least in my area, and that's unheard of. And I'm in Northwest Indiana, you know.
Yeah.
Keep in
Just
mind also it's an election year, so they
They're
tend to
trying to
do
make it
things
do what
like
it
that.
do.
Oh yeah, the interest rates are gonna come down, make it easier to get into a house, all of that stuff. So that's Biden.
Well,
But
Biden doesn't have anything to do with interest rates. He can't control that.
right, but there's gonna be a push, to make
To
house.
lower them,
Yeah.
yeah.
So definitely, things like that start happening in election year. So
And what I do want to say is the investors in my area, and they don't all live in this area, they are buying up everything. Not with just this,
Wow.
not with this program particularly, but just in general.
Mm.
They're just buying everything, abandoned buildings, houses, and vacant lots. Like, it's crazy. So
Wow.
I would try to, I try to share this as much as I can on my social media so people will reach out so I can tell them, hey, it's not going to be that difficult if you just got to try. You won't know until you try, but these requirements to get a FHA loan have been relaxed, and that came from Michelle herself. I met with her
Got
the other
it.
day.
I love that. Well, I
Just to
posted it on my
confirm.
social media, so y'all can download it and post it if y'all want to. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions, guys, or comments? I'm so sorry, 281-451 pulled up on us. Do you have any questions about the Dispute Panda platform? I know we spoke to Ms. Brooks, and Ms. Brooks is just giving us an ear hustle today. Do you have any questions about the software, how it's working, or any business questions before I let you guys go?
No, but you said you were doing they're doing an announcement next week.
I think it's going to be next week or the week after. As a matter of fact, since y'all are here, I have no problem stalking people. Hold on. Let me send a message because I know that they said that there were some changes that were coming. I don't know what the changes are, but I know that I'm probably going to announce it on a Thursday. So I'm going to send a message to the back office and see if they can send me the info on what the changes are. And I know that we have the mailing system that's going to be internal that's kind of loading up. So I'm super excited to hear about that. Are there any, but there's nothing that I can release right now because I don't have the videos. But y'all know I like to sneak peek y'all. So as soon as I get it, I'll let you guys know. Any updates on your side, David, that you can drop with us? Any sneak peek?
Yeah, actually, we needed like a postscript for the one of the machines. So it's going to be ready on Monday. They're going to install it. And after that, we're doing like real tests from Phoenix to El Paso and then to see how it works. And I think we are like 1 month ahead.
Out from. So what David is talking about is the mailing system because everybody has been having a panic attack about the mailing system, the pricing point. So now we're going to be doing it in-house. So when you guys go to the client, hang on a second, this out the way. Let's see this client. So when you guys go to the client and you click on send out, right now this is going to a third party source. So your price point is different than what we would like it to be. So we're going to start in-housing it for our clients, especially if you're switching to certified mail, that's $60, right? So we are doing an in-house mailing service, and David has been amazingly setting up the El Paso office to make sure that it's available to do that. So I'm super
Almost
excited.
there, almost there.
I'm super excited now. I only need it. I'm only going on vacation in June.
All right.
I'm doing a Toro and credit class in June, and then I'm going on vacation. So as long as you have it ready by June, no pressure at all. No pressure at all, okay? Because I'm in Texas, so if the letters are going out in El Paso, I'm completely fine. Even though it's not my area, I'm like, the geotag is enough. It's close enough.
It is. It is.
All right, guys. Any other questions, concerns, comments on the platform?
I have a question.
I might have an answer.
Okay. So you're having a workshop Sunday, right?
Yes, this Sunday, our Facebook group will be having a workshop.
Okay. Can I schedule a call after that with you?
Yeah, just shoot me a text so I can block you off. Because I normally don't take
I
calls
tried
on
to
Sunday.
schedule something, but I think I went to the wrong site because it's the credit. Like if I want to sign up for credit, yeah.
That's the same thing that happened with me with the link that you sent me. It was like walking me through as if I were signing up. It asked me what round I was on, how many.
Yeah, that's because if you have a client file that you want to work, I need to know what round you're on working that client file.
Oh, I just wanted to have a conversation with you. It wasn't,
Oh, yeah.
you know, as far as your pricing and just asking some general questions. So that could have been like a quick, Zoom call, phone call, or whatever, So it wasn't anything like that. So just pretty much.
So my phone number I drop all the time.
Mhm.
Yeah, no problem. I'll drop my phone number in the chat. If you guys have general questions that I can answer via text, I will. But if it's robust details, you do have to book a call. And I normally do ask those questions on the.
So on that, with that link that we clicked, it did ask for some credit card information. So is that like a paid service that you offer, or is it
Yes.
free?
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't, I don't remember it indicating a price before asking for the credit card. So what is the price of that?
So all of my things should have a price. So when you click on it on the main screen over here, it tells you what you're paying.
Can
Before
you drop the
log in
link?
the.
Oh, okay. It does say
Yeah.
that over there.
Yeah. So all of them have the photo, but yeah, I can definitely drop the link. Let me check my pick my brain session. Yeah, all of the options I have that have a pick that has a price tag on it will include what the amount is beforehand. But the Dispute Panda group, you guys have special pricing. So hold on, let me.
So the reason why I asked if I could meet with you after, if you are available after your Facebook session, which I'm gonna attend to, is because I wanted that time with you one-on-one to go over a file that I didn't want to share in a group.
No problem. No problem at all. So I dropped the link in the chat.
Okay, good.
Okay. Oh, Raquel, when is that conference in Texas? You said it's near Austin, or?
It's going to be in Killeen, Texas, and the conference is May 30th and 31st at the Killeen Civic Center. And it's the TV media tour. I'm doing it with 2 other business owners. So the people that book get the ability to do a live podcast. The first 60 people that register are doing a live podcast. They get headshots and they get a magazine interview for the ticket price that they have. And you also get invitation for the network mixer with the TV executives and the network owner that's going to be there. So I'll drop that in the chat as well. So if anyone wants to come visit me, I'm just saying, y'all can come visit me.
You said Killeen, Texas?
Killeen,
I have lots
What day is that?
It is May 30th and 31st. It's a
Are you an entrepreneur, a visionary, a content creator? You feel overwhelmed?
Who is talking too much? No. Sorry, y'all.
I'll let you know if I can come. I might can come.
That would be so awesome. I will be doing interviews all day. And we have red carpets for both days. It's going to be amazing.
That's all good.
I'm super excited about that.
That's
And the
all good.
speakers are amazing. Having to have the conversation with the network owner and listening to her talk about streaming, and not only streaming, but like getting your own network and different micro networks that you can do for podcasters and business owners to get your business out there. Like, it's amazing. Being like, I work with her. She's one of my mentors as well. And just marketing tips that she gives you by itself, you'd be like, what? Yeah, I'll put that into play. Because that's what I'm flexing my muscles on this year, is marketing, so that I can get out there a little bit more.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna try to come out there in May. I think I can make it, but I just have to check first.
That is awesome. And the hotel is actually right next to the convention center. We got a special rate. So if you
Convention
let me
center
know.
near the airport.
It is not near the airport. So I'm gonna tell you the truth right now. If you're driving in, it is not, unless you go to Killeen Airport, which I do live next to the airport. So if any of my, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if any of my people come in, I'm showing out, y'all. Let any of y'all, I'm showing out. I'm getting a new wig. Well, I'm getting a new wig anyway. But I'm getting a new wig. I don't know why I'm lying to y'all like I'm not getting a new unit. I am. And
We
I am,
already knew that was
okay?
a given.
I was given. I'm actually pulling out Sheila tomorrow. Well, Wendy is who I'm pulling out tomorrow. Okay, Wendy. I think I'm wearing Wendy all week, and I call her Wendy because you know how Wendy Williams got the blonde hair. Yeah, I'm pulling out blonde Linda. Okay, so we're gonna pull her out, and we're going to be shooting some content in Wendy, but yeah, I'm gonna show out. Like I plan on doing it really big for the people that fly in, because like my designer's coming in, and she's coming in from, oh my gosh, where is she? She's now in Georgia, but she was in Philly for a while. So she floats back and forth between Philly and Georgia. Those are her two home spots. So my designer's coming in, and I'm just excited. Like I'm really excited to be able to help other businesses be able to be put on TV, be put on Apple, that they don't necessarily have to keep up the overhead. They pay it, and it's evergreen content that will be able to post. So you'll be able to showcase what you have going on. So for that, I think it's amazing. But yeah, that's why I have conversations with clients, going back to what Mr. Smith said about what their end goal is. If they're not willing to be candid about when you say you don't have the money, where are you putting it? And if you truly don't have the money, and this is what I'm going to go back to when I say I believe God blesses talents. If you truly don't have the money, what skill do you have that can make money that you can organically launch right away? If you're doing hair, then on the side, like you have a 9 to 5, but you're doing hair on the side, then our conversation is the next 5 clients that you have, the first 5 clients you have of every single month, that's going towards this credit card. You're not able to pay yourself. You're not going out to dates. You're paying it down on your credit card because your end goal is your DTI to go down so you can get that house that you want. You follow what I'm saying? So if you really want to be successful, then we have to work the plan in real time. So come up, not just going up what you can cut, but where are you doing things that you could make money for? You have dogs, you walk your friend dogs, you walk your cousin's dog. Why aren't you charging for a pet walking fee? Right now, that might only be $100 that you make a month, but that's $100 that you weren't making anyway for a task that you were already doing. Does that make sense? Yeah. I'll be trying to make a little bit of sense now, Mrs. Smith. Okay, Mrs. Smith, I'll be trying to.
You got
I
this.
do too.
Couple of pieces of sense. Go ahead. What questions did you have?
No, I was gonna say that makes sense. I like giving people strategies. I had someone reach out to me last week asking about a vacant lot that I have listed in Gary, Indiana. It's by a truck stop, right? So he asked if it was big enough to park like a semi. So I said, yeah, it is. You can probably park a couple. And when you're on the road, maybe you can rent the spots to your trucker friends. That's cheaper than the truck stop down the street. But he hasn't called me back yet.
It's okay. You have an idea and you could run that play. That could be something that you slowly drip every single month, and hashtag truck drivers that are looking to buy property. And you can do that same content. A lot of people think that they have to remake the content. Let me tell you who told me that I didn't have to remake the content as a confirmation. Stevie and I had a call, and he was telling me how this one lady talks about suppressions over and over and over and over. And I went to her page because I did, not that I don't believe Stevie, because Stevie don't be lying to me, but I was like, she has to be talking about something more than just suppression. I promise you, he talks about suppressions over and over again. So you can take that same content, make it into a reel, make it into a live, to have a conversation about it. And you're literally saying, truck drivers who are looking to buy properties and you're looking to make money off your properties, why don't you do this? follow me for more. Book a call to figure out how to fix your credit. You get what I'm saying? And you're selling this, you don't have to think about it. It's evergreen.
Yeah. I'm not good with social media because I'm not like social like that. I think because I'm on an older generation. I mean, we had MySpace back in the 2000s, and
I
after
remember
that,
MySpace.
you know, I didn't really, get into
You see how
social
she
media.
dated all of us? Because all of us in this
All
room,
of us.
Miss Brooks, I don't know if you know MySpace, but MySpace and Black Planet, okay, was the original OGs. Okay, that's all I want. You remember MySpace, David? Because if you don't remember, you're not. She said 80. I'm an 80s baby too. I was born in 81, but I'm telling you, I remember MySpace and Black Planet. Oh, you can tell me I wasn't fly on Black Planet.
I'm a
She said, "Don't
70s.
let this face fool you." Okay, so I need to make sure, honey, because you look young, you look supple. So
Just drink water. Just drink water.
she drink water.
Drink water.
You look blessed, girl. So I wanted to make sure that you were of age to know what MySpace was. Okay, I remember a guy. I'm about to tell y'all all my business.
Remember High Five? Remember High Five?
I remember when Vine was popping. Okay, so I had a Black Planet account and I was dating this guy, and I had completely forgot about my Black Planet account. Like completely forgot about it. Was dating this guy for like 2-3 years, and while we were dating, he was like, "Oh, you still on these in these dating apps?" And I was like, "What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about?" And he pulls up the Black Planet account when like me and him weren't even talking. The child, I done gained 30 pounds from the picture. It talked about my friend, my godchild. At that time, I only had one godchild. Now I had 3. I'm like, are we seriously doing that? That should have been a red flag that I need to leave him alone. Nah, I married him. It was crazy. I like toxic behavior, like I'm that person. So at that time, the old me. But yeah, like I remember Black Planet getting us in trouble. But that's me. Oh, Miss Brooks said I'll be 37 on the 11th. Happy early birthday, my love.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a good vintage
Thank you.
43. I'm a good vintage 43.
Carlos got a funny story. She called herself doing a background check on me when we first started dating. She did a background check on a totally wrong person. Called me going off talking, so you didn't have to lie and text me.
It wasn't. I mean, it was the same name. It's just a different middle initial. I think it was.
It was the same.
It wasn't like initial. It was. The name was totally different.
Yeah, it was actually the same middle initial.
Y'all don't know because I have a friend who's an FBI agent. In my mind, you give her anybody, she'll send you the confirmation photo. Will deep sea dive.
Man,
she found out one of the guys that wanted to talk to me had a whole fiance, a baby, and he was telling me, I would love to have kids. I would love to do. It took her 24 hours.
Yeah, you have to do that.
Yeah,
these people crazy out here.
I thought she was nuts. She was like, you didn't have to lie about your name. You didn't have to lie about this. I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't lie about anything. So it made me go do a check on my name. I say, my middle name is Lamar. This guy's middle name is Lorenzo. So his name is Dante L. Smith, but his middle initial is Lorenzo. I said, man, you out here messing up, bro. I found him on Facebook and I started to inbox him like, hey, man, you need to get your stuff together.
Go ahead and clean this up. The moral of the story for y'all watching.
And the crazy part is he lived in the same part of St. Louis that I did. So I lived in a part of St. Louis called Florissant. He lived in Florissant too. Like his address. So I'm just like, oh man, yeah, bro, you got it. I'm gonna help you get this together because anybody looking at me, they gonna see you and they ain't gonna see nothing on me. They gonna see you. Make me look bad.
I'm gonna help you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Book me for your credit repair, okay, Mr.
Yeah, all that.
You ain't gonna mess up my life.
His credit repair. I'm gonna help you find a good lawyer because this boy had court case after court case and all type of crazy stuff. I'm like, oh man, yeah.
I cannot. Well, guys, other than that, I don't have anything else. If you guys have any other questions, remember that free Dispute Panda is on Monday. I do highlight the pro features because I personally love the aggressive nature of the letters that go out. That's just my humble opinion. So I do tell people about the Pro on the free night. Shameless plug. But if you guys have any questions about the software, the system, we are back again next Thursday. Upcoming things that are going on, because I like to give y'all all my tea of what's going on. March, I have a 2-day challenge that's going to be going live. It's going to be helping business owners or people that are looking to fix their own credit, understand the foundations of personal credit and what they need to focus on during the credit repair process. And then day 2 is going to go over business, and we will have I have a special guest that's going to be helping me with mapping out different venues. So depending on what package you pick, you'll have the ability to get a mapping session for your own business. But there's a VIP option that you guys get to come in early, all of those good things. So I have that coming up in March. April, I think we're doing, I don't know about April. April's tentative. May, I have Credit Con. So I'm not quite sure. I have to find out, David. David, remind me to ask Dominique if I'm gonna have off the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Because I'm going to Vegas the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd for Credit Con. And I love going to there because there's sometimes I feel like people don't understand that when you go through training, you normally only retain about 20% of what you've learned. I am a constant reader and kind of like regurgitating the information that I was given, but I like to go there to meet other creators that are in this space and get their tips and knowledge of what they know and be able to bring it back. So I'm going to see if we're still going to be going live or not on that day, but that's coming up in May, and that's kind of covering the next 3 months. So I know that we should be having some new launches. Again, we have the mail system for Dispute Panda that is going live within the next month because we're going to be, David, if you need me to test, let a player know. Okay, David, I got people. Let me know. I'll pay the little coinage so I can go ahead and not mail it out myself. Let me know. But other than that, I thank you guys so much for coming on. You got anything for the team, David?
No, I think I'm fine. What about
Got
you?
anything for the
Everything cool?
Everything's good. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you for chit-chatting and listening to my crazy stories. I appreciate it. And if you guys have any files that you need to work or any questions that you have, please make sure that you bring it on Wednesdays if you have questions about the platform. If it's high-level things that we can just quickly answer, I'll be happy to answer any file questions that you have in the room. If it's more in-depth, I do require that you guys book a call just for the movement of the call, if that makes any sense. All right. Other than that, enjoy your Thursday. I'm about to take my husband out for dinner. Bye, y'all.
Oh, thanks. Enjoy.
Bye.
Take care.
Later.